Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my brothers and sisters. You already know who it is. It's your boy Carolina David coming at you again with another video. Okay, we're about to jump into Genesis chapter 40. And if y'all have been following along, man, this is interesting. I mean, it's a very good read. And we see that the Lord has been with through Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, now Joseph. And the story with Joseph, man, and we could see that everything that happened with those brothers and everything that transpired back then is basically taking place now. But anyway, before we get started, please, y'all know what I'm going to ask. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can get updated to the content that I put up. And also, comment if you got a question, if you want to talk about something that has been read before, or you want to just have a conversation about something else, leave a comment and I'm sure to respond to you. So let's go ahead and jump into Genesis chapter 40.
Let's talk with Carolina David. Let's talk with Carolina David. Let's talk with Carolina David. Let's talk with Carolina David.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 40, starting at the first verse. And it came to pass after these things that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker had offended their lord, the king of Egypt. And Pharaoh was wroth against two of his officers, against the chief of the butlers and against the chief of the bakers. And he put them in the ward in the house of the captain of the guard, into the prison, the place where Joseph was bound. So, as we can see, basically things are starting to happen within the king's house now, where now the king was angry and mad. That's why I said when it said he was wroth, it means that he was angry with the two chiefs, the chief of the bakery and the chief of the butlers. And he put them into the prison and to where Joseph was bound. Verse 4. And the captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them, and they continued a season in ward. So now the captain of the guard had basically gave Joseph dominion and said, hey, these two men right here, tell them what to do. You the guard, you the man. Joseph still has favor. Wherever Joseph go, favor is going to follow him because the Lord is with him. And they dreamed a dream, both of them. Each man his dream in one night. Each man according to the interpretation of his dream. The butler and the baker of the king of Egypt, which were bound in the prison. And Joseph came in unto them in the morning and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. Okay, so the butler and the baker, they both had dreams while they were yet in the ward. And Joseph, he came in the morning and checked in on them. And then when he checked in on them, he saw that they were sad. And he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of the Lord's house, saying, wherefore look you so sadly today? Basically, why you look so sadly today? And they said unto him, we have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me them, I pray you. Basically, tell him the dream. So now, Joseph had asked the chief of the butlers and the chief of the bakers, hey, why y'all look so sad today? What's going on? And they had told him, like, man, we had a dream and there's nobody here to interpret the dreams for us. And then Joseph said, hold up, wait. Into all interpretation of dreams come from God. So tell me your dreams, because he's a prophet. Only a prophet and an interpreter of dreams, a man of God, can break down the dreams that is given unto you. He can let you know what that dream means, because dreams are basically visions. They night. That's why when you look in the passages before, they had night dreams. they had night visions. Dreams are visions, and then you got some dreams that are just dreams from things that happen in your life that happened that day, or your subconscious mind might have brought back to you. Verse 9. And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph and said to him, in my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and in the vine were three branches. Number three. And it was as though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. So now the chief butler, he went first and told Joseph the dream of everything that he had that transpired in the dream. And now we're about to see what Joseph is going to say about this dream, give them the interpretation and the meaning of the dream. And Joseph said unto him, this is the interpretation of it. Three branches are 3 days. Think of the number three, I told y'all. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up your head and restore you unto your place, and you shall deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former matter, when you was his butler. But think of me when it shall be well with you, and show kindness, I pray you, unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house. So now Joseph had gave him the interpretation of the dream, basically letting him know that the three vines that you had seen are basically the 3 days. That Pharaoh is going to come back and basically bring you out of prison back into your rightful place, and then you shall bring him, the wine and everything as you did before when you was the chief butler in his house before he got angry with you. But now, when you do go back, please show kindness unto me and make mention of me to Pharaoh, to the king, so that I can come out too. That's basically what Joseph was telling them. Hey, don't forget me because I help you out here. Verse 15. For indeed I was stolen away out of the land of the Hebrews, and here also have I done nothing that they should put me into the dungeon. When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, I was also in my dream, and behold, I had three white baskets on my head. So now Joseph had continued and letting him know, uh, hey, because when I was sold into basically servitude unto the Pharaoh, I was taken out of my land because I did nothing. I just told my brothers of my dream, and they had envy against me to where they had sold me to the Ishmaelites, to where they sold me to the Pharaoh. And now, yet again, I done nothing wrong, and I'm here in the dungeon again because his wife tried to sleep with me. Well, he didn't say all that, but he just said I did nothing wrong, and now I'm here in the dungeon being punished for no reason. But then the chief of the bakers said, "Hey," when he saw that the dream was interpreted good by Joseph to the butler, he said, "Hey, I had a dream too." Now we're about to see what his dream was. Well, it started by saying that he had three white baskets. They got the number three yet again. And in the uppermost basket there was of all manner of baked meats for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. And Joseph answered and said, this is the interpretation thereof. The three baskets are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up your head from off you, and shall hang you on a tree, and the birds shall eat your flesh from off you. Woo! So he just kept it real with him and told him truth. He said the three white baskets, they are the 3 days. And the Pharaoh shall come and lift you up out of here as well, but yet he's going to hang you from a tree. And the birds that you seen eating out of the basket is going to be the birds eating your flesh. He told him the truth. And it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. And he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again. And he gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, and but forgot. So now at the end of Genesis chapter 40, we see that the prophet Joseph, the interpreter of dreams, had told them everything that was going to transpire from their dream that they had. And it was on Pharaoh's birthday when he brought them back, he restored the butler back into his butlership yet again. And the butler had gave him the wine and everything. And the chief baker was hung upon the tree, just as Joseph the prophet had interpreted to him. But now the chief butler had forgot all about Joseph and the things which he had done. I mean, he probably didn't mean to forget him, but he was probably just excited to be back, and it slipped his mind to remind them. So, anyway, that is the end of Genesis chapter 40. And I'm going to say good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you may be watching. I love you all, and I pray that you have a blessed and peaceful night rest or have a blessed and peaceful day. I love y'all. Peace.